All right, so welcome to another one for Al Cuerpo Boxing, which means to the body. So let's get with it. Let's talk some boxing. Great fight today. Holding it down at the Ariake Arena, right in Tokyo, Japan, where pretty much Mr. Honda of Tekken Promotions somewhat, you could say, flexed the Riyadh season card this past weekend in that well, first of all, I mean, the whole bantamweight division, that's all on Japanese lockdown, okay? And in this event, even in the post fight ring, they're insinuating that they want to make the unifications between all the champions. So that's one a plus. I guess it's debatable. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the subjectivity from fans, but yeah, we can say that it was of a more cultural samurai showdown card in Ariake Stadium or Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan. But nonetheless, man, I want to talk about. We'll get to the main event, of course, but Tsutsumi, right? Tsutsumi versus Daigo Iga, which pretty much, unfortunately, was a draw again, right? They had fought back in 5 years ago in 2020. That wasn't for a title bout again, but this time was for the WBA, and I'm thinking maybe. I mean, I don't mind seeing a trilogy, right? Man, this whole theme of trilogies is just ongoing, right? Of course, different circumstances in the light heavyweight realm, but I don't know. Maybe I'd like to see Tsutsumi versus Iga, maybe at 122, so they can really settle it off or finalize their business for a belt. Who knows, man? I mean, it's just like I'm not too sad or I guess worried about the outcome because, well, first of all, that head cut, that accidental clash of heads in the fifth or the fourth round, I guess kind of offset Tsutsumi's game plan. They both got knockdowns in the ninth round, really good knockdowns as well. I just think that Tsutsumi finished off a bit stronger. Again, I mean, it could have been maybe one card for Tsutsumi, or maybe let's say two judges would have had a draw, so it would have been a majority draw anyways. But I don't know. I like the fight a lot, to be honest. So I really can't complain. But I think Tsutsumi just barely edged it to get the win. I don't know. Let's say 115, 113. But anyways, let's see if they can square it off again in a rematch again at bantamweight. I prefer 122, maybe a catchweight, but I don't know. There's just these two guys need some sort of like some sort of luck, man, just to see who can finish who if need be. But anyways, good fight, good fight. And then we had former champion Jason Maloney fighting like a former the rising star, right? In this Nasukawa, if I'm getting that correctly, a young Tenshin back in the day when he fought Mayweather, right? I think that was like Tenshin's first fight or maybe his second fight. I think it was his first fight, man, because I think Tenshin started pro boxing in 2023, man. Look, if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I just remember tension being more in the Ryzen realm, Ryzen world industry, which is also what kickboxing, if I'm not mistaken, like a K1 style of combat sports. But with all that being said, first of all, let me just say I was impressed with Tenshin's footwork, man. Very, very good athleticism, very good defensive footwork to evade Jason Maloney's onslaught. I had picked Maloney to win this fight just by experience. He was in there with Inoue back in the day, and I just think he would handle that firepower from Tenshin. But I think Tenshin not so heavy-handed because I would say that Tenshin's a bit more heavy-set than Jason Maloney. Again, remember this Tenshin guy fought Mayweather back in the day, and I think that was what at 147 or 150 pounds. When I saw the Tenshin of today, he looked a lot different. Of course, he matured, but maybe his face wasn't more bloated or chubby like in his like when he fought. I'm sorry. This time around, it wasn't like when he fought Mayweather because they looked different. I was like, is this the same tension of the one that fought Mayweather? And it was. But if you look back in the day, the dude is younger, of course. He's got more chubby cheeks, and you see the tension of today. He's more trimmed down. His cheekbones are more protruding in this fight against Maloney. So definitely there was some awkwardness there, and I wanted to make sure it was the same tension, right? But anyways, I did like Tension's mobility in this fight. I did like also Jason Maloney's aggressiveness in trying to cut off the ring. He did some really nice crosses in this fight. We saw some nice uppercuts from the young Tension, but I guess he just didn't have enough mustard to really stop and keep Maloney off. And I thought Maloney finished the fight strong, but I did have like a 116 to 112 type of card in favor of Tension. So that's not that bad, man. This is what his sixth or seventh fight for Tension, and I can see that they want to bring in. I believe they brought in what's his name, Takai, right? The other champion who's holding down the WBO belt, if I'm not mistaken. So that's big props to Mr. Honda of taking promotions that they're trying to get a big fight for this young guy Tension, right? So we got Tension versus Takai, and then you also saw what's his name? Nishida, right? Nishida came in for the fight after the Junto Nakatani, if I'm not mistaken. Right, because even with the Tsutsumi and Daigo Iga bout, I didn't see any other former champion or current champion trying to unify with this WBA belt, right? So perhaps because there was the draw, maybe they limited who was to come in the post ring, or maybe I just didn't see it myself. But so far, as far as the I guess promotion of a future unification, I only saw that in the Nishida and Juno Nakatani. And I guess that's it. I'm sorry, just that's it. But also the welcoming of a fight between Takai and this young Tension guy, pretty much giving this guy an opportunity to a title shot. I hope I'm not mistaken, man. I'm sorry, but I mean, oh man, I don't want to make a bad joke, but I mean, it's hard to know who is who, man. This is a whole samurai showdown going down, and I apologize. So, anyways, that fight. Now let's go to the main event, man. The main event in between David and General Cuellar against the defending badass champ Big Bang Junto Nakatani, right? Look, I gave the first two rounds to Nakatani. I did see some progression in Cuellar where he was trying to get him more confidence with his power punching, and he did have some success. Some nice straight crosses from Cuellar that were able to land on Nakatani, and you could see Nakatani's like head go backwards. So you could see the power in a young Cuellar, but the 23-year-old just didn't have enough. I guess ring IQ. I wouldn't say so much the experience, but the ring IQ and how to evade when you are hurt. And what I mean by this is in the third round, of course, this is the third round where Nakatani pretty much stopped Cuellar, but you could see the combination in which both guys, they threw body shots, okay? They were both... well, no, Cuellar threw a left shot to the body, right? But also Nakatani threw a right shot, the right volado, we like to say, shot to the gut of Cuellar, right at the dead center, man. That was one. Ooh, and it got him. And then Nakatani followed up with a left shot to the body, right? So that's two. And then he came across with a right on the cheek, right? And so then Cuellar, you can see he was hurt, and Nakatani could see it, man. So he was trying to go for the kill. And as he did that, I guess Cuellar he was hurt, man, from that body shot. And then boom, there comes the second crazy cross right to the dead center from Nakatani. That was the one that really hurt Cuellar, man. I mean, you could see Cuellar's body just completely go backward on the back foot just from that power punch alone. Trust me, guys, it was like a perfect shot. And when you're hitting a heavy bag where you could see the bag rattle back, and that was Cuellar's body. So I'm surprised Cuellar didn't really just completely choose to go down on the first knockdown. So you could see that, Cuellar was, when he went back to the ropes, he just, if I'm not mistaken, if he took a knee or he just went down, right? But anyways, he went down, he beat the count, and that's when we saw that Nakatani was just going to go for the 100% kill. And so Nakatani is coming in, he goes for it's coming like a It was a left hook pretty much, a nice clean left hook, but it was like a wide looping left hook, and boom, it got Cuellar right on the cheek. Fell back. He went down. He just didn't recover, man. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Cuellar couldn't beat the count, and the ref stopped it. And that was a nice good win for Nakatani. I wouldn't say so much. It's just these things happen, man. The last thing that I recall that was somewhat similar was like when Luis Neri had success in knocking down Naoya Inoue, right? So it was like, what was going on here? But of course, whenever you hurt or you knock down Naoya Inoue, the monster Inoue, he comes back a lot stronger. Kind of similar to like a Terrence Crawford's game plan, where just the dog comes out. And so then we know with Luis Neri, of course, that monster Inoue just pretty much finished him. But that's kind of like the energy and the heat that I saw in the dog of Nakatani. Is once he got Cuellar to the body, man, in those consecutive combinations, man, which were really good, by the way, very good technique. When you see it in slow motion, they were all effectively, accurately timed. So it's true. It's true. Sorry. That Nakatani does have really good accuracy, and it was just an interesting fight, man, because both guys were at the same height. Again, El General Cuellar, the General Cuellar, a young 23-year-old, so kind of like the youth was on his side. You can see the power was there, but it's just like simple mistakes, man. You have to know you need to know the distance and the space when you're in the dead center. When you guys are how we say in Spanish, el choque. Where they're kind of like in a phone booth type of distance. You got to know your spacing, man. And I guess I could just say maybe Nakatani had the quicker hands, of course, the more experienced Nakatani, where he was able to throw, the right body blow and then follow up with that second with the left hand to the body. Very, very, very good sequence. Go and check out the replay of that. But very, very nice stuff from Nakatani. So, anyways, that was the fight, right? That was the fight. And then when Nakatani won, we can see Nishida coming in, right? Nishida, who I believe has the IBF belt. And so they want that unification. So we've got Junto Nakatani with the WBC to unify, hopefully, with the IBF champ in Nishida. And then we would hopefully have a title opportunity for a young Tenshin Nasukawa versus Takai, right? Takai. Sorry, I forgot the first names of these, but yeah, the Takai for the WBO. And then, of course, the WBA still on hold with Tsutsumi, which we saw the draw with Iga. What's the other belt that I'm missing, I guess, right? WBC, WBO, IBF, and WBA. Yeah, pretty much those two unifications. What else? Oh, yeah, so pretty much before I forget, obviously, back to the main point in which I started, in that, shout outs to Mr. Honda, man, of Tekken Promotions, because this was literally a samurai showdown. And, for a lot of Mexican fans, we kind of wanted to be a new Mexican champ to get a hold of that WBC green strap, right? Because right now the Japanese still have everything on lockdown, and then it's just a matter of time till we see something differently, right? And of course, Jason Maloney, former champ, wasn't going for a strap, but it was just interesting because I would have thought that Jason Maloney would have bit down a bit stronger and took this young kid to school, but that wasn't the case, man. But definitely check out this Tenshin Nasukawa. He's nice. He's nice. I admit it. When he fought a Mayweather, obviously too green, not experienced in boxing, but I would say he has over exaggeratedly progressed in boxing in the last 3 years. So check out Tenshin Nasukawa. I think he has the potential to be a champion in the future. If anything, I could see him beating a Takai. To be honest, he might take that WBO from Takai. So definitely check out for that unification. But anyways, that's what I have for this one, man. Nice one from Hyundai Tekken Promotions to kind of flex Riyadh season's weird card this past weekend, in which we had Bacoli come in as a substitute for Daniel Dubois, and then of course you had the Schofield kid go out, and we had what's his name, Josh Padley, come in for that fight. So that was kind of weird. So anyways, that's what I have it for this one on Al Cuerpo Boxing, which means to the body. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.